And we're live! Hey, it's Muscle Shirt Friday. 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 Hey! What's going on, everybody? Well, let me make sure I do this right. Welcome to another episode of the SoReal Sports Podcast with your host, the CEO / owner of SoReal Studios LLC, Lamar SoReal, and my partner in crime all the time, Reggie Walker, who is not here again. So obviously, he wasn't here Monday, Wednesday. I don't know what's going on about today, but he's not here today either. Hopefully he'll show up. But the show gotta continue. The show has to continue. I can't keep on making y'all wait day after day, missing shows. And I told y'all that I was gonna make sure I don't do that anymore. And I'm gonna be a man of my word. So let's get to it. Muscle Shirt Friday. Everybody know what happened on Muscle Shirt Friday. We give y'all picks. We give y'all predictions. And let's get started with these predictions. Let's start with the UFC. All right, in UFC, we got 6 fights on the main card. I do have my Patreon going. It has been launched. But I will not start doing my live stream on the UFC commentary until next week or probably the beginning of April. I'm trying to make sure that everything is working well. Try to make sure that I got my plans together and have everything situated. I'm gonna do a couple of trials this weekend, see how it go. And once I figure that out, I'm gonna be able to let y'all know more about my Patreon, in which I told you I got a $5 Patreon, got 10 and a 50 and a 20. I believe I'm changing that 20 to 15, so it'll be a 5, 10, and a 15. I don't expect y'all to pay anything more than the 15. I mean, just paying the 5 is more than enough because the bill that I get for doing these UFC live is pretty costly. And anything that y'all contribute is greatly appreciated. Let's get to it. Let's just get to the UFC picks. First one. Oh yeah, let me apologize. It's been a while since I've done this. Let me apologize in advance for the names. I always get them wrong. It just, sometimes they difficult to pronounce. So let me get started with this one. The first one between Tai Tuivasa going up against Harry Hunsucker. Now in this fight, I believe Tuivasa is the favorite. Yes, he is. He is the favorite. And my prediction on this one, Tuivasa is 11-3. Harry Hutchinson is 7-3. And yes, Tuivasa is a huge favorite. And that's who I'm going with, Tuivasa. I believe he will come through with the victory. He's a southpaw. And Hunsucker, I don't know. If it's that big, sometimes it do be upsets. That's one thing I love about UFC fights. That even though you are a huge underdog, you can win. You still got a good chance of winning. I just don't believe it in this fight. Let's move on to the next fight between Sung Kenan and Max Griffin. Now you got Sung Kenan at 16-5, and you got Max Griffin at 16-8. I got Max Griffin. I like the last fight he fought in November, in which he did win by knockout in the 3rd round. I believe he will knock him out No, let me change that. I believe this will go the distance, and he will win by unanimous decision. I'm gonna make sure I get that right. All right, let's move on to the next fight. Oh yeah, Max Griffin is a minus 210 favorite. It's not that big of a favorite. If you in the 200s and between 200 and 220, if you 220 or below as the favorite, that means that it's slim. It's pretty slim. Let's move on to the next fight between Adrian Yanez and Gustavo Lopez. Yanez is the favorite at a minus 220. And I just let y'all know about minus 220s or lower. You're not a huge favorite, but you are a favorite. Give me Lopez in the upset. I really like Lopez. He's an orthodox fighter. His last 5 matches, he is 4-1, in which he won his last one by submission. It looks to me that this would be, this would be his 3rd fight in the UFC. And I feel like he will, after that victory, he gonna have momentum in order for him to win this fight coming up. Let's move on to the next one. We got Shiana Baez taking on Montserrat Canelo. Baez is 5-1, Canelo is 9-1, in which Baez is a huge favorite, minus 360. Give me Baez. I'm a buy on Baez to win this fight. I believe she will come through with the victory in that one. Let's move on to the next one between Gregor Gillespie and Brad Riddle. Now in this one, Gillespie is minus 260 as a favorite. That's a decent number as a favorite. Taking on Brad Riddle. Give me Gillespie in the win. Yes, I am picking a lot of favorites. Even though he did lose his last fight, I'm still going to take Gregor Gillespie winning this fight. Last but not least, the main fight of the evening is between Derek Brunson and Kevin Holland, in which Kevin Holland is a minus 180. He's a slim favorite in this fight. And let me just explain one reason why I got Kevin Holland winning this fight. This man said he drove up here and he have a trunk full of dildos and he ready to fuck that boy. Hey, somebody talking some shit like that, I'm picking him. Even though he should have hella paused in that. I'm picking him to win in the fight. Give me Kevin Holland. I don't know if he'll knock him out, but hey, if he say he gonna fuck that boy, let's see what he gonna do. Let's see if he really gonna fuck that boy. Pause. Put a lot of pauses on that, okay? All right, those are my UFC picks. Now we can move on to college basketball. Yes, I have been getting a lot of messages and getting a lot of comments. Ohio State did get put out in the first round. They lost to Oral Roberts in overtime. So that goes pretty much all my brackets because I pick Ohio State in all my brackets. Matter of fact, in one of my brackets, I believe the bracket that I did let y'all see, I had them in the Final Four. So how good could I be now? I just can't believe it. I cannot believe what Ohio State did, man. How y'all let them beat y'all? Sorry, we ain't got to worry about that. Let's move on to these 5 picks. Even though I did let y'all know who I got winning these games, I'm just going to do a recap just in case if you didn't watch Wednesday's show or you didn't listen to Wednesday show on iHeart. When I don't think we're on iHeart, but we on Apple podcast or wherever you get your podcast besides iHeart. I'm gonna check and see if we're on iHeart, but I doubt that we on iHeart as of right now. But I do know we are on a lot of podcast platforms. So just look us up. SoReal Sports Podcast. You will see us on there. See me fresh and clean in my suit, along with Reggie, so fresh and clean in his suit. That's where you can find us. Let's go to the recap of these college basketball games for tomorrow. My picks. I got Georgetown beating Colorado. Drake taking on USC. I do got USC winning that one. Missouri taking on Oklahoma. I got Oklahoma winning that one. UCLA did win. They beat Michigan State to get in, but they will lose to BYU. And VCU will come through with the upset against Oregon. So those are my 5 picks for tomorrow. Let's see, will we have some more upset? I believe that it's down to like 1,000 perfect brackets left, thanks to Oral Roberts beating Ohio State, which is crazy. I would think it'd be a lot lower. I thought it'd be like 300, because some people just crazy enough to pick Oral Roberts, or they did so many brackets to the point that Oral Roberts beat Ohio State in some of their brackets. That's enough about that. My bracket is blown up. I ain't even really worried about it anymore. But we can move on to the NBA. Got 5 games that I chose for the weekend. The first one is between the Atlanta Hawks taking on the LA Lakers. Atlanta Hawks is 21-20. Lakers are 28-13. They on a 4-game winning streak, I believe. The Lakers is 4 or 5. I know it's one of them. They taking on the Atlanta Hawks. I picked the Lakers to win this game. I believe LeBron James will continue his tear. I don't believe he will get a triple-double, but he will do enough for the team to win. The Lakers are -4 in this game. Give me the Lakers -4. Give me the Lakers -4. Next one, we got the Warriors taking on the Grizzlies. The Warriors face the Grizzlies tonight, in which the Warriors won without Steph Curry. Now, my question is, will Steph Curry play tomorrow? I know he got a bad, hip or his butt. I know he fell on his ass and it hurt. So he wasn't able to play. Now, they do not have the spread on this game because they're not sure if Steph Curry will be playing tomorrow. But regardless of that, Warriors won tonight. Give me the Grizzlies to win tomorrow. High scoring game. Yeah, give it a high scoring game. As long as it's above 220. It'll be above 220 total in points. So give me the Grizzlies. And if the over-under is 220, give me the over. Next one is between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Denver Nuggets. And that's on Sunday. Now you got the Pelicans, who haven't had a good record this year, 17-24, taking on the Nuggets, who are 24-16, in which they are right now a 5th seed. So they need this win. However, I got the Pelicans beating them. I believe Zion will have an incredible game. Give me Zion having a double-double with like 32 points, 13 rebounds. He probably drop 4 or 5 assists. Lonzo Ball will have a good game. Brandon Ingram needs to step up. He can have a 30-point game because that's exactly what they need in order to win this game. I believe it's going to be hard for Jokic to guard, if he's guarding him, Zion. So give me the Pelicans to win that game. I do not believe it's a spread in that game yet. Nope. They don't do the spreads on Sunday. Let's move on to the next one. Lakers taking on the Phoenix Suns. Now, this will be a Laker back-to-back. I expect LeBron to play. I don't know how long he'll play. It depends on how good he do in Saturday's game against the Hawks. Regardless of that, I feel like the Suns will win this game. The Suns will beat the Lakers on Sunday. It's a back-to-back, and the Lakers playing a decent Hawks team, but they actually going on and playing a really good Suns team. And the Suns, as of right now, are one game behind the Lakers for the second spot in the Western Conference. So give me the Suns to come through with the victory so they can get that second spot back. So I have the Suns winning that game. Last one between the Mavs and the Blazers. Matter of fact, the Mavs and the Blazers are playing as we speak. So they're going to play tonight, take a day off, and go play Sunday. The Blazers are winning right now. It ain't even halftime yet. And it looks like they only up by 5. They're only up 5 as of right now, 58-53. Give me the Mavs to win this game on Sunday. Regardless of whoever wins tonight, I got the Mavs coming through, winning the game Sunday. So give me the Mavs. And those are my picks for the NBA. Now, let's move on to spring training. Let's get some baseball picks in here. And that's exactly what we're finna get started on, baseball picks. I know baseball it really doesn't matter as of right now because it's spring training. People just getting warmed up, getting ready for the season opener. Opening date will be April 1st, April Fool's Day. Ain't that far away. It's not that far away. So let's get down to the 5 games that I have made predictions on. First game between the Rockets and the Cubs. Give me the Chicago Cubs to win that game. Dodgers and the Padres. It'll be a good game if they was actually playing against each other full roster. I believe both of those teams will be in the playoffs this year. Give me the Padres beating the Dodgers. My Braves taking on the Tampa Bay Rays. Give me my Braves to win. We did come through with a win tonight against the Twins, 4-2. Ian Anderson had a good night in which he struck out. I think he struck out 9 batters in 4 1/3. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So give me the Braves beating the Rays. Yankees, Blue Jays. I believe the Blue Jays will be good this year. Give me the Blue Jays beating the Yankees. Mets, Nationals. Mets had a great offseason, picking up a lot of good players. Give me the Mets to beat the Nationals. Those are my 5 for the MLB. Really doesn't matter on those because it's just spring training. Anything can go. All right, those are my picks for this weekend. However, I do have NFL free agency predictions. Now, these are predictions in which there are some players that's still available. And with the players still being available, I'm going to predict where they're going to go. I'm just going to make a prediction on where I think these players will go. All right, first player, Kenny Golladay. I believe he's the best wide receiver available. And it has been talked that the New York Giants have been having contract talks with Kenny Golladay. I believe he will go there. Will it make a difference? Possibly. They do need one of those tall wide receivers for Daniel Jones to throw to. Hopefully, Saquon Barkley will be healthy enough to play next year. They still have Sterling Shepard, I believe, and he's good. They still have a good tight end. Having another offensive weapon as a wide receiver like Kenny Golladay should help. So give me Kenny Golladay going to the Giants. Next one, Antonio Brown, AB. I don't know what's going on with this, but he is still available. Even though the defending champion, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, or Tampa Bay, for all the Tom Brady fans, they said they want to run it back. Antonio Brown was on that team. So if they want to run it back, why they still haven't picked him up? Who knows? Maybe he wants too much money. If I were him, I wouldn't be wanting too much money. Even though you did have a problems-free season this year, they still feel like that you will have some problems, or you can create problems with a team that's not with Tom Brady. Now, Tom Brady probably mentored you and got you on your right track to make sure that you don't cause any problems. But you can't say that about other teams and how they feel. If I was him, I will take less money just to make sure that I play. But however, I believe he will stay with the Buccaneers. So give me AB going to the Buccaneers. Hopefully they can find a nice deal, probably around the range of $3 to $5 million, 1 year deal with some incentives going on with that. So I got AB going to the Buccaneers. Now let's go to Richard Sherman. Looks like the 49ers is not going to pick him back up. Richard Sherman is a veteran. He has a lot of mentorship. Richard Sherman is a Super Bowl champion. But I believe that Richard Sherman wants another ring. And the team that I got him going to, in order to pursue another ring, will be the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, hear me out on this one. I do not know how much money the Chiefs have, but I do believe that Richard Sherman would not be expensive. I'm looking at a veteran minimum for Richard Sherman. Or he can get about $4 million. I mean, he is leaning towards the end of his career. So I know he don't want to go to a team that's rebuilding. He don't want to go to a team that's battling to make the playoffs. He don't want to go to a team that is making the playoffs, but know that they don't have a chance of going to the Super Bowl. Kansas City Chiefs, they done been to the Super Bowl 2 times in a row. I don't think it's a team that's got good enough to stop them in the AFC. So it's possibly that the Chiefs will run it back to the Super Bowl for a third time. And they definitely could get a lot of help from Richard Sherman, because that's one problem that they had in the Super Bowl. Not only did their offensive line got beat down, but they couldn't stop a wide receiver. And Tom Brady was able to throw everywhere down the field. Honey Badger can only do so much. So having Richard Sherman on the team, even though he's not like how he used to be, I believe he can do enough to help the team out and get them a chance of really making it to the Super Bowl and give him another chance at winning another Super Bowl ring. So give me Richard Sherman going to the Chiefs. Next pick is Melvin Gordon. Not Melvin Gordon. Melvin Gordon is signed with the Broncos. He signed a big contract. Melvin Ingram III. Got That's what I meant to say. Now, I don't know what happened in between him and the LA Chargers, but as of right now, he's a free agent. And it's one team that needs to make a move for him. And this particular team is known for making moves and signing big name players. However, this team haven't done anything this offseason besides sign one player, and I believe they just really negotiated to give their quarterback a huge contract. Now you know exactly who I'm talking about. The Dallas Cowboys. I believe Melvin Ingram will go to the Dallas Cowboys. Just don't know for what price. Now, Jerry Jones, he done said he overpaid a lot of players. He might as well continue the streak and overpay for Melvin Ingram, in which it would definitely help that defense out as a linebacker. Because we don't know how good, how healthy their linebacking core gonna be this year. So picking up Melvin Ingram will help them out a whole lot. Give me Melvin Ingram going to the Dallas Cowboys. Last but not least, Jadeveon Clowney. Can we say that he has had a disappointing career so far? Now, when he played for South Carolina, he dominated. Could nobody stop that boy. He dominated on the defensive end. When he went pro, he had good seasons. We haven't had the season of dominance like he had in college. Last year he was injured, so he couldn't play as good because he was hurt. But I feel like it's one team, and people can sit here and disagree with me on this one, but I believe it'll be more people that can agree with me on this one. Now, this is one team that can take a player who had mad potential on being good, put him to that team, especially on the defensive side, and bring out that potential to make him really good. And then if other teams look at him and see how good he is, they will sign him to a big contract again. And that team is my LA Rams. Now look what we did with Leonard Floyd. The whole time he was in Chicago, people looked at him as a bust because they didn't see what he was doing. But the 1 year he decides to go to the LA Rams as a pass rusher, he gets 10 sacks, and there's a lot of teams want him for a big contract. Good thing about it, we kept him. But also, you can go back to Dante Fowler the year before, in which he was doing pretty good, but he did really good with the Rams, in which got him a big contract. And the Falcons signed him to a big contract. But guess what he did when he got there? Nothing. He did absolutely nothing. That's why they had to restructure his contract. And he had to give back a lot of money, man, which he did. I believe if Jadeveon Clowney went to the LA Rams will be the overwhelming favorites in the NFC. They got Matthew Stafford, who I believe is a much better quarterback than Jared Goff. Even though Jared Goff is good, don't get me wrong. Matthew Stafford takes the team to a whole nother level. We got Aaron Donald, in which it's so hard to block Aaron Donald, in which they have so much time worrying about him. Other players are coming to the quarterback, and other defensive players are making the quarterback difficult to throw the passes that he needs to throw. I believe we was top 5 in sacks last year. We was the #1 defense in the league. Now I know we lost 4 players on the defensive end. We lost Buchanan, who was a linebacker. We lost John Johnson III to the Cleveland Browns. We lost Troy Hill to the Browns. And it's one more defensive player we lost. And more than likely, he went to the Browns too. So ain't no telling. Because the Browns picked up pretty much all our defense players. Even with that, I feel like that we still got a good chance. We have a good chance of still having a good team. And picking up Jadeveon Clowney will be the icing on the cake. Now, do we got a cap space? I believe we have something of the cap space to make this deal done. Well, to make this deal. Now, the only problem is how much money he's willing to take. I believe if he could take between 5 and 7 million with some incentives, so make it a 1-year, $10 million deal with like $6 million guaranteed, $4 million worth of incentives. If he can accept that and join our team, we'll be a force to be reckoned with. And we need somebody like that. We would greatly appreciate somebody like that. Matter of fact, I like to have Melvin Ingram, but I picked him going to the Cowboys. So those are my picks. Those are my 5 free agency picks. And these are my predictions for this weekend. And this is the end of the show. Another episode of the SoReal Sports Podcast. This weekend I will be doing my breaking news. I'm going to try to do a baseball breaking news. I'm going to try to do a sports breaking news in general. I want to do a college breaking news. I got a lot to work. I have a lot of work to do this weekend. Now, excuse the way I'm talking. It's been a long day. Plus, I've been drinking. You know, I gotta have me some of that drink. So leave a comment. Let me know y'all predictions. And please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Because I will keep y'all posted. I will keep y'all updated. I got a lot of stuff that I'm working on. Hopefully we can get it done this weekend. But as of now, this is it. This is it for tonight. We'll see y'all on Monday with another episode of the SoReal Sports Podcast. Y'all have a good weekend. Be safe. And please enjoy sports. This is Lamar SoReal signing off.